And welcome back to Who Would Win. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah, whatever. I've already gone over why they come out Tuesday instead of Monday like I normally do them. And Dion Knight asked the question, who would win in a fight? Sasuke Uchiha from the Naruto series versus Soifon from the Bleach series. I actually used to make a mistake with Soifon. I always wondered, why doesn't Soifon have a last name? And then I realized, rereading the manga and watching it, I was like, oh no, wait, Phone is her last name. Okay, so her first name's Soi, and then it's Phone. So you combine the that's okay. Anyway, so this is an interesting fight because they're similar in many ways. When you actually look at them, they're both very cold. They're very serious individuals. They have similar based abilities. They both are on the fast side. They both have a tendency towards hand-to-hand combat in many ways. Now, Sasuke, if we're going with his strongest incarnation, which actually is his adult form at this point, the oldest version of Sasuke we've had so far is actually the strongest version we've had. Whereas with Naruto, the strongest version we had was actually not Hokage Naruto. It was Naruto when he fought against Sasuke. Even Naruto and Kyuubi say he hadn't been training in a while, so or had been slacking off on some training, so he wasn't to quite the same level. He couldn't activate Sage or Six Sage mode like he used to, as far as I could tell. Now that said, Sasuke he's of the Uchiha clan, which immediately means he has the Sharingan. Now the Sharingan it allows him first off to see the movements of anyone, to be able to follow movements indefinitely. Now, whether you are physically fast enough to react to those movements is a different thing entirely. But he can follow any movement, visual movements. He can see through genjutsu, so illusions he can see through. He can see through taijutsu, ninjutsu, and copy them, as we all know. He also has his eternal Mangekyo. It was Mangekyo, then it became eternal Mangekyo when he combined his brother's eyes in there, which gave him the ability to use Amaterasu, which is obviously the black flames of hell, which burn even other flames. They will not stop burning until whatever they're burning is extinguished. He can use intense genjutsu, illusion jutsu, but it's not 100% confirmed whether or not he could use Tsukuyomi. Let me actually check that real quick. I don't think there was any real instance of him actually using Tsukuyomi, but let me double check this real quick. Well, actually, I take that back. He might have tried using it against B, Killer B. I think that might have been something he tried using at one point. Could he use Tsukuyomi? Let me see here. No, I'm not seeing anything that says he could use Tsukuyomi. Let me see here. Let me get to the whole Sharingan thing here. Natural transformation. Okay, manga chaos. Okay, warn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He, as far as I can tell, he could not use Tsukuyomi. I know he could use just visual genjutsu, which is something that the Sharingan is just capable of doing. But B was able to just knock himself out of that. So he's very capable in those regards. Then of course you have Susanoo or Susanoo, depending on your pronunciation of the term, which is essentially a giant chakra construct of a being individual that wraps around him. I mean, there's a rib cage to it, then there's flesh, skin, armor. His happens to form a crossbow, or others form a sword, though it can create a sword construct along with it. And he can fire his Amaterasu from that, which makes him extremely dangerous. Then you add the fact that he also gained the Rinnegan, which allowed him to pretty much kind of move through dimensions, as well as kind of having the sixth path power to a degree. Like he was able to absorb chakra from Naruto using the sixth path's power. He was able to use Chibaku Tensei, which was basically the creating the giant moon constructs, or the giant asteroids floating in the sky, using for sealing. So, and by all definitions, he can use all of the six paths powers, which would include soul stealing, animal summoning, that robot thing he did, the robot thing that happens, Chibaku Tensei, Shinra Tensei, which is the repel or almighty push. Oh god, something Tensei, which is almighty pull, I believe, which is the other one. So I'm trying to remember. There was the reincarnation one, and I think I got them all. There was the animal, the soul, the Nagato one, basically the real pain one. Animal soul, that healing, soul steal, healing, chakra stealing, and robot. Yeah, that was them. All right. So he could, in theory, use all that, plus kind of alternate through dimensions a little bit. And now, you take all that out of the equation, he's still a master in shinobi, highly skilled combatant, spending years and years in the field fighting individuals. A skilled swordsman, highly skilled swordsman, capable of a wide variety of nature transformations, including fire-style jutsu of all multitudes, lightning-style jutsu, including Kirin, which was summoned the giant electric Kirin made of real lightning when he prepped the attack, and moves at the speed of lightning, which is not something you want to go up against. Using his sword to increase the length of his blade with electricity. That's just the one. He can defuse earth-based jutsus. As far as I know, he didn't know any water jutsu. I mean, the Rinnegan didn't get him because Naruto got the chakra. Sasuke got the visual ability, which, I mean, theoretically speaking, again, let me double check on that real quick there. Sasuke Uchiha. Yeah, let me double check on that real quick. I don't think he had extra chakra. I mean, he had fire, taking out anime exclusive stuff. Yeah, I know he had fire. Okay, I guess it's because he got the, wait a minute, what? The lightning was an anime only. What the hell are you guys talking about? Affinity only. Oh, no, his affinity. Okay, I see. His affinity in the anime was for lightning. However, his actual affinity in the manga is for fire. He just has a strong leaning towards lightning. Okay, that's fair enough. But no, because he got the Rinnegan, he's technically capable of, and the Sharingan, he's technically capable of all the nature releases. However, fire and lightning were the only ones that Scorch release too, but that was because, or Blaze release, which is where he manipulates Amaterasu. But besides that, fire and lightning were the only real two main ones that he ever used. Because I don't see anything implying that he could use after that. And obviously, stealth as a shinobi, he's got the ability to. He's got pretty high speed, but he's not like the fastest. He can flicker out of existence, with he just high speed attack movement, capable of summoning hawks and prior to that snakes. So overall, he's got a laundry list of abilities and techniques, a laundry list of skill. He's a very analytical fighter too. He's not someone who loses cool, at least in his later years. And in his younger years, while he was cool, calm and cool, he also was controlled by his emotions. So if you hit the button, you shouldn't. You press the Itachi button. The Itachi button, boom! You shouldn't have done that, or shouldn't have did that. So yeah, he is. He's very powerful. He's probably among the strongest of the Naruto characters. Once you get past the main villains of the arc. Basically, once Kagura was destroyed, he was among the strongest in the shinobi world. There wasn't really anyone besides Naruto who could have gone up against him. Though I would have made an argument that if Kakashi had been able to keep his Sharingan and both of them and used all his abilities, he could have given Sasuke a good run for his money, given the way that Kamui works. But anyway, so Soi Fon. Soi Fon is the Squad 2 captain, head of the assassination division. She is, first and foremost, a master assassin. She is a master. And whereas Sasuke, you can make an argument as a master, or at least just highly skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Nah, Soi Fon is a master in hand-to-hand combat. Except for maybe Yoruichi, there's probably no one who's better at just straight-on hand-to-hand techniques than Soi Fon. At least in the 13 Court Guard squad. And she's a highly skilled swordsman as well. She was a wakizashi. Her Zanbakuto is a wakizashi. So it gives her increased speed. Her cutting power, though, she's not physically as strong as a lot of the other captains, and that's just the way her body's built. She's strong, don't get me wrong. All the Shinigami are generally stronger than a normal person is. But her abilities lie in speed and quick strikes. She does know Kido. She's a strong enough Kido user. We never see her using anything, I think, higher than like a level 30, I don't think. So I don't think I can't say she's a Kido master, but she's definitely a proficient Kido user. But she's most known for her hand-to-hand and flash step. She's arguably one of the fastest in the Soul Society with her flash step, to the point where she can make after images with her flash step. For those of you who don't know, flash step is pretty much their equivalent of super speed. So, and that was a weird face, just is the equivalent of super speed. Now, her Zanpakuto, again, for those of you who don't know Bleach, which if you're clicking on this, I'm wondering why you don't know, why you were wondering, was like, what are you talking about? You don't know this? Why did you click on the video? Well, I hope, yeah, I'll tell. Zanpakuto are their swords. They are sentient individuals that have several forms. Each are unique to their own owner. So there you go. That's what a Zanpakuto is. Hers is Suzumebachi, which turns into kind of a gauntlet with a blade on her middle finger. I'm not trying to give you the finger. I'm just demonstrating how it looks. So it's it's a gauntlet glaive thing with a long pointed blade that extends like that off her finger, and essentially is a two-step kill. It is an assassination tool. She hits you in one spot with the blade once, you get a mark, a homunca, I think she called it. It's like a butterfly, a hornet's mark, basically. It looks like a butterfly. I think it's supposed to represent more like a hornet. If she hits you in the same spot again, it's an instant kill. You're actually pretty much phased out of existence, is what happens. It's also durable enough to take some hits, but it's not good against someone who's super high in offensive power, or it sucks against long range. Now, okay, I should actually backtrack real quick on this briefly. She is far stronger in Kido than I give her credit for, because she does have her Shunko. Her Shunko essentially is mixing Kido, or basically their equivalent of spells, or jutsu in this case, and Kido, and it's got like an like Hakuto, hand-to-hand combat. Essentially, she surrounds herself in freaking lightning is what she does. That's exactly what she does. She surrounds herself in lightning or wind, depending on what she's using, I think. And Yoruichi's is lightning. Now, that's right. Yoruichi's is in the form of lightning. Soifon's can take the form of lightning, but I think it actually takes more the form of wind. Let me double check that real quick. And Yoruichi's like younger brother, his takes the form of fire. So hold on, Soi Fon. There we go, Soi Fon. Let me double check that real quick with the whole Shunko ability. All right, saving the day with the internet. All right, there we go. Go back up. So let's see here now. Where is that damn? Okay, Kido expert. Okay, Shunko. There we go. Her completed Shunko, or Muikyu Shunko, infinite Shunko, complete multiple times. A vortex makes her basically her Reiatsu wraps around like a vortex, pretty much like wind. So basically, what's basically being projected outwards when she uses this is not necessarily wind, though it kind of takes the form that it's the fact that it's her own Reiatsu, her own energy. But in her case, it does kind of take the form of wind, whereas Yoruichi's takes the form kind of lightning, and Yoruichi's brother takes the form a bit of fire. So she has that. Now she can combine that with her Zanpakuto to make a very dangerous attack, and then her Bankai, which is, seeing as I have it right up here, it's not Suzumebachi. It's or Suzumebachi is not actually in the name. It is Jaku Raikobin, which pretty much just turns to a giant F-off missile, which is destructive as hell. We've seen her use it only a couple times, but the opponents she used them against were not the best opponents for her to use them against. So yeah, they were not the best, but yeah, it's a giant F-off missile. So I've already spent 15 minutes talking. Let's get to the fight. So the fight breaks down, and let's say it's something again in later down the road. And the Shinigami have more or less appeared in the aftermath of the Great Shinobi War years later. Just keeping an eye on the world. And for the sake of this fight, because this is something that I'm like Death Battle. I'm like, look, if you're gonna do this, just let them be able to see each other. That when Ichigo and Naruto fought, Naruto couldn't actually see him. He had to sense him until he like got all the sage stuff going on like that. So I'm like, just let them see each other. That's kind of stupid in my mind. So yeah, they can see each other. They have an interaction with each other, and then the fight breaks down. And immediately it's going to be a clash of blades. Now in terms of swordsmanship, I would imagine they're probably on equal footing in terms of swordsmanship. And in terms of hand-to-hand combat, I'd actually also put them on equal footing. The reason I put that is, yes, Soi Fon is hundreds, maybe even 1,000 years old. Or she's definitely hundreds of years old, that's for certain. But, and if anything, I'd lean more towards Soi Fon, but it's something that I brought up that people got kind of annoyed at me, or that one person anyway was getting annoyed because they were ranting and raving how I was wrong on this. Is that when I put Madara against Sasuke Aizen, I said Madara in terms of like an actual hand-to-hand, like straight-up warfare style fighting, he would have the edge because he was literally born and raised for decades in warfare. He lived and breathed war every single day of his life. Now, Aizen is clearly far older and has far more maybe experience in terms of that as well, but Aizen was far less hands-on in his approach to things. He was more than capable, certainly, but he was far less hands-on. He would let other people do his dirty work and only get involved when he had to. So he was far more in the background and didn't go out in the field as much and all that. So, but whereas when you compare that to, yeah, sure, maybe let's say 500 years of Aizen doing that, and maybe he fought about 100 years of those times, and sure, yeah, overall you'd say that gives him more experience. But when you are literally a born and raised warrior, day in, day out, fighting to survive, there's a difference in that. The same can kind of be said with Sasuke and Soi Fon. But the difference between this is that Soi Fon, bread and butter, in constant training, is in hand-to-hand combat. So I do believe she'd have the edge. Sasuke also, by the way, at this point, is missing an arm. So that's going to play a factor in this. And Sasuke's going to realize he's on the back burner. So he's going to use a couple shadow clones, get out of the way. Soi Fon's going to just carve through them. But then Sasuke's going to start doing some fire jutsu. So Soi Fon's going to maybe have to get out of that. Then Sasuke comes down. Chidori, ching, and then, lightning attacks. Soi Fon maybe gets shocked. Sasuke's coming in. Then she prefers Shunko. And now they clash. Sasuke's now being thrown back. Hurling fire at her in the sky. Just boom, boom, boom. Great fire dragon jutsu. The sky's getting cloudy. She's coming in again. It's like sting all enemies to death. Suzume Bachi. And then she comes in again, flash test, just boom, she gets a nick on him. He sees that, and then because Soi Fon is arrogant in that way, she would explain what that is. And it's like, better not get hit again. Then she comes in again. It's like, you're mine. Then all of a sudden, boom, Susanoo ribcage is just like, yeah, no, I'm not. So, that granted, if she pierced it at all, it would still show up on there because she can pierce inanimate objects and they can still be destroyed. So, if that ribcage, if it did show up on the ribcage, then yeah. But unfortunately, Sasuke would be more than willing to cover that up and just bring us Susanoo. But at that point, it's like, you leave me no choice. Like, yes, and so do you. And then she suddenly hears lightning clap. Kirin suddenly comes out of the sky, like, now be gone with the thunderclap. And then just, and she's, and then she's a combination of Shunko and Shumpo. And boom, she barely makes it out of there. But she, like, her left arm just completely numb. It's like, ah. It's like, so now it's like, you made it out of there. Well, no, it's like, that's the only time you're going to make it out of here again. So, yeah, and then she's like, Bankai, Raiko Jacobin! And then just, it's like, he's like, you pissed me off long enough to make me use this, or something like that. And she fires her missile out. And Sasuke doesn't know this, but he can tell this is not going to end well. So, so he goes full on Susanoo, but he doesn't want to risk it, so he also does a Shinra Tensei to kind of push it back, and then the explosion happens, and the shockwaves, and he definitely gets maybe a little whiplash from it, and she's now just huffing and puffing, thinks she's destroyed him, but he just shows up out of there, perfect Susanoo, and yeah, and then Amaterasu and burns her to hell. So yeah. Honestly, the reason Soi Fon kind of loses, they do have some similarities with each other. And if she were able to get a 2-step kill on him, I think it'd be possible she could do it. I'm not saying that's impossible by any stretch of the means, but the reason he loses the majority of this fight is simply that Sasuke, when you break it down, has far too much going for him in this game. He's got far too many abilities. I mean, if you just want to talk about his Chidori abilities, he's got like 5 to 6 different variants of that alone, plus like 7 to 10 different fire jutsu. Not to mention Amaterasu's Sharingan abilities, Susanoo abilities, freaking Shinra, his Sage ability, his Rinnegan ability. He's just got too much that could all kill her too. Half of that could legitimately, maybe not half, but like a good third or quarter of that could legitimately, his Susanoo could easily take her out. And even the Susanoo alone is probably strong enough to survive that missile. Because it survived that freaking clash with Naruto and his super mega Rasengans. So, I mean, it survived it, but it did take a big hit. So, it's definitely, and granted, Sasuke was also channeling the power of the other tail beast too. So, it's not like it's not like she's got much in the way. It's not like she can't kill him. It's just her arsenal is just severely more limited, and they're too similar to each other for her to get the majority in this fight. I'd give her a good 20% that she could get the 2-step kill or take him by surprise and blast him away, like maybe with a point-blank missile range, missile launch. So, yeah, I gotta go with that. It's Sasuke wins him got 80% of the time. Hey, if you think different, that's cool. Put in the comments below. Let me know. Let's have a cool chat about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Excuse me. That sleeve is annoying me. If you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who to win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, What If, anything to do on the channel. Put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to it at some point. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back. Well, I got no other plans today, but I might go see Darkest Hour today. There's no guarantee on that. If not, maybe I'll just see another, like, recatch Star Wars or something like that. It's matinee today, so I do feel inclined to go see a movie. I just don't know what I'd go see. Anyway, though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you.